Fundamental to leading your people is communicating with them and knowing their attendance patterns. Communicating upcoming events, knowing important information, all ensures that the group stays in the know and people feel like they're valued. It's often that it's a lack of communication that can quickly begin to diminish relationships. It creates frustration among members. And when we track attendance patterns, it also gives us as leaders vital information about what's going on in our people's lives and help care for them. So what we're going to do kind of over the next few minutes is I'm going to walk you through the Lead app, which is the nifty tool for communicating with your members and taking attendance. So to get started, I got my phone here. We're going to head over to your phone's app store and we're going to look for what's called the Lead app, L-E-A-D app, which should look like what you see on the screen right now in the video. So begin downloading it, and then once it's done, go ahead and open up the application so we can begin to move through this together. Once you have it open, you will be prompted with this screen right here. And you'll need to find our church. It'll say Cross Creek Church. There'll be kind of a few options there. You'll see the one that says Cross Creek Church for the mailing address is the one that you need. Once you click on that, then you will be prompted to enter your login information, which you should have received already. If you haven't received a login yet, you need to go ahead and maybe reach out to us. We can get that for you, or we can help you retrieve it if you've lost information like your username or password. When you enter your login, you will be asked a couple of questions about enabling some features, customizing your app for your experience. But for now, just ignore that because what we're going to do is we're going to move forward together and you can go back later and do that at another time. You will notice that the app has several options on the menu at the bottom. But we're only going to focus on the one that says Groups. Do you see it? All right, so look at your list of groups and see if you can find the one that is your Connect group. Click on it and open that up. Boom. Now you have access to everything you need to take attendance and to communicate with your people. So let's take each one and we'll begin to briefly explain how each function of this app works so that you can begin communicating and taking attendance for your people. The first one you'll see here is called Attendance. Here you can go in, take your attendance each week, and even come back and edit it if you have some changes that you need to make. You would just find the date that your group attended, then select who was all there, right? You just check it off like little check boxes. And then if you had some visitors, you put it right there in the visitor count on the top left-hand corner and then click Next. Now you have the opportunity to jot down some notes and some prayer requests and even send a summary to your entire group or just to your leadership team or to no one. Then click Save. Attendance done. Voila! So let's go on to the next one. That's attendance. Let's go to Messages. This function gives you the ability to send a message to the group via email. That's plain and simple. I don't need to explain that any further. The next one is Send a Group Text. It's just as it says. It'll send your group a text message, but it's limited to 140 characters, and this feature is really great, but it's not really one I would use for primary communication. Next one on the list here, you'll see Members. This lists everyone in your group roster. You can click on it, see their profile information. It also shows who's the main leader, who are some of the associate leaders of the group as well. You have the option in here to add people to this roster via the plus sign that you see here on the top right-hand corner of your phone. You can remove them by swiping left and choosing Remove, or even making someone a leader by choosing Assign as Leader. It's important to note that someone can't be added to the roster if they have not completed the guest form and been added to the church database. But we'll talk about that more later. Let's move on to the next one. The next one you'll see here is Special Days. And here you can see everyone's birthday, anniversaries to celebrate as a group. Now that just about covers everything in the Lead app. But I want to go back and I want to review something that I mentioned earlier, which is this idea of a guest form. Groups have the option to utilize a physical guest form to fill out when the guest arrives, and then they can leave it in the file cart in their buildings. Now this is a great option if your group is on campus at the church. If your group's off campus, the next option would be best for you, which is a digital guest form that you can access by scanning the QR code or visiting crosscreekgroups.com to fill it out and then have it sent directly to the church offices. This is a great option, again, for groups meeting off campus or those who don't like messing with paper, which is this guy right here. So our staff will receive those and we'll have them added into the database by the next time your group meets. At that time, you can add them into your roster and begin taking attendance for them every week. So hey, thanks for hanging in there with me as we navigated the Lead app together. Now that we've gone through this, you now have the power to communicate with your people and properly care for them.